Hey, Annie Purdue Olson here, and I'm wondering if you've ever had a quote grab your attention and shake you up just a little bit. Well, this quote did that for me. It's from J. Richard Hackman. I have no question that a team can generate magic, but don't count on it. Oh man, that got me right at the heart of my optimism. I am so optimistic when it comes to people and relationships and people working better together. But when I read that quote, it caught my attention because the truth is that don't count on it. Teamwork is hard work. And if you want the magic, then you got to do the work. And sometimes the work just catches you off guard at how hard it is because people are messy and relationships are hard. And it just doesn't come together as well as you think it will, especially when you've got a task to do together. You've got relationship dynamics, you've got things that need to get done. And when you put those two together, it actually creates more tension than magic. So as a leader of a team, you've got a big job ahead of you. And I want to take just a little bit of time to do a teaching moment. Sometimes when I do a live video, I am doing something a little more inspirational or motivational, and sometimes a little more teaching. And I want to talk about 6 things that you need as a team leader to lead well through the messy dynamics, hopefully to create a little bit of magic on your team. So I have 6 things that I want to talk to you about. The first one is a clear purpose. Your team needs to have a clear purpose. They need to have a target that they're aiming for, something that they know that they need to get done, and that purpose is kept at the forefront over and over and over again. It's something that you remind them of in team meetings. It's something that you're talking to them about in one-on-one. When you achieve results, you're tying it back to the purpose that you have as a team. So clear purpose is core, foundational, and essential if you're going to create magic. The second one is right people. You know, you've heard it. You got to have the right people on the bus, and right people matter. Sometimes right people is about hiring. And a lot of times when we talk about the right people, it's about hiring right. And that is key. We need to get the right people on our team. But sometimes we need to make sure also that we're developing the people that we have, that we're pouring into them, that we're investing in them, that they're mentored, that they're trained, that they're equipped, that they're given feedback, that they're given direction. Making sure that we have the right people is as much about developing the people we have as it is about hiring the right people. Number 3, explicit guidelines. Our team needs to know what's expected of them. You know, you've walked into the new job, you know, and you're all gung-ho and you go for it and you don't know that you've crossed the line. Nobody told you there was a line there, and you just got yourself in trouble, and you don't even know why, because there were rules that were not explicitly stated. And so as a team, we need to work on what are the way we do things around here. What are those things, and how do we make them explicit so when change is going on, everybody knows what's expected of them? When there's a new person on the team, they can be clear and they don't step across the line without even realizing it. So get your guidelines explicit. The next one, decision making. Doesn't it get into trouble on teams sometimes when people don't know what lane they're supposed to be in even? They don't know what a decision-making authority they have. And so sometimes people aren't making decisions when they should, and they're always running every decision by the team leader, and you're getting burnt out because you're getting down into the details when you just want them to make the decision and go with it and run with it. And then other times you've got people who are making decisions and just plowing forward, and you're like, whoa, slow down a little bit. Let me in on the decision that needs to be made. As a leader, you got to get clear on where the authority lies and how decisions are made. It should be a conversation that's happening all the time, because when changes are coming and there's a new project on the plate, sometimes the decision-making roles need to be changed. So get clear on how decisions are made and who makes what decisions. Number 5, manage disagreements. This is one of the things where I think leaders get caught on making magic on teams. Remember, relationships are tough and people are messy. And so there are different personalities, people are going to clash, and you are going to have disagreements on the team. When those disagreements happen, it's really easy to favor the result or the task over the relationship that needs to be addressed, because they're hard to address. And there isn't an easy step 1, 2, 3, 4 to make sure that you can manage that disagreement, that personality clash, or that conflict well. So you got to dive into it not knowing necessarily how it's going to turn out. And as a leader, you've got to deal with disagreements quickly. You can't let them go under the rug. They will bounce back and they will get you if you don't deal with disagreements quickly and navigate your way through those. The last one for leaders, if you want to make magic on your team, number 6, know results. Your team needs to know what's expected of them, and they need to know what results they're supposed to achieve. What does the win look like? Paint the picture of the win for them. Put some numbers behind it if you can, but put people, pictures, stories behind it to help them know what the results are and what's expected of them. And then when those results are achieved, celebrate it. And that's one of the things ministry leaders forget often, over and over and over again, is to celebrate the results, because we go on to the next need that needs to be met, the next project to do, the next program to run, and we forget to celebrate the results. So I encourage you to name the results in advance, what it looks like to get there, and then celebrate when you've arrived there. Take even just 5 minutes in a meeting to acknowledge it and to celebrate when you've arrived there. These six things are really critical if you want to make magic on your team, but none of them are easy. They are going to be hard. And sometimes as a leader, navigating where do I start with this, which one is the important one to pay attention to, which one do I even start with, is hard. If you're in that place as a leader, I'd love to just have a chat with you. In a half an hour, we could talk through and get you one starting action that you can do right now to make magic on your team. So there's a link to my calendar in this video. I would love for you to click on that link and make an appointment with me right now. Thanks for joining me. I enjoyed the conversation.